welcome to the deep dive. Today we're going to be, strapping into our Arwings and taking a deep dive into the Lylat System.
Oh, the Lylat System.
The home of the one and only Star Fox. Buckle up, listeners, because we're going to explore everything.
Everything, really.
Well, maybe not everything, but a lot. From the revolutionary gaming tech to the enduring legacy of this really iconic franchise.
You know, it's easy to get caught up in the nostalgia of Star Fox, but what's really fascinating to me is how it's managed to stay relevant over decades.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to peel back the layers on this one. We're going to uncover the depth and complexity of a universe that just keeps evolving.
Okay, let's unpack this, starting with where it all began. Back on the Super Nintendo.
Oh, the Super NES.
With the original Star Fox. It's easy to forget how groundbreaking it was back in the early 90s.
Absolutely. Star Fox wasn't just another game, it was a technological leap. I mean, most games at the time were limited to simple 2D graphics.
Right.
But suddenly, here was Star Fox bringing 3D polygons to home consoles.
And this was all thanks to the Super FX chip, right? It was literally built into the game cartridge.
It was.
What's fascinating here is that this little chip essentially, kickstarted the 3D gaming revolution.
Exactly. This was a watershed moment for gaming. The Super FX chip showed the world what home consoles were capable of. It really, paved the way for all the incredible 3D experiences we enjoy today. But Star Fox wasn't just about pushing technological boundaries. It also introduced us to a cast of characters that, instantly became icons. Fox McCloud,
Falco Lombardi,
Slippy Toad,
and Peppy here.
Yeah.
This ragtag team of animal pilots taking on the evil Andross.
Oh, Andross.
You couldn't help but root for them. And it wasn't just your typical space shooter either.
You're right. Star Fox masterfully blended arcade-style shooting with elements of flight simulation and even on-foot combat.
Yeah.
It was a unique mix that kept players on the edge of their seats.
It's funny how some of the series' most famous lines, do a barrel roll and can't let you do that, Star Fox, are still ingrained in our gaming vocabulary.
I know. Those catchphrases became instantly quotable. They cemented Star Fox's place in pop culture history. But beyond the memorable moments and quips, the series managed to stay fresh by constantly innovating. Take Star Fox 64 on the Nintendo 64.
Star Fox 64.
It wasn't just a sequel, it was a complete reimagining of the original.
Star Fox 64 felt like a completely different game, but in all the best ways possible. It introduced full voice acting, which brought the characters to life in a whole new way.
Yes. Hearing their banter, taunts, and cries of victory added so much to the experience. And then there was the Rumble Pack, which added another layer of immersion. You could feel every laser blast and collision.
It made those intense dogfights even more thrilling. Plus, Star Fox 64 gave players more freedom to explore and maneuver their Arwings, breaking free from the on-rails format of the original.
That's a great point. Star Fox 64 expanded the gameplay, making it feel more dynamic and expansive. And it also introduced a fantastic multiplayer mode, which became a staple of the series moving forward.
So from groundbreaking 3D graphics to immersive features like voice acting and rumble feedback, Star Fox clearly wasn't afraid to experiment and evolve.
Absolutely. But the evolution of Star Fox went beyond just technical advancements. The series also explored different genres and gameplay styles, like Star Fox Adventures on the GameCube, for example. It shifted away from the traditional space shooter formula and ventured into the realm of action-adventure.
Yeah.
It was a bold move, and while it wasn't, universally embraced, it demonstrated Nintendo's willingness to take risks and explore new possibilities with the franchise.
Star Fox Adventures was definitely a departure with a heavier emphasis on exploration, puzzle solving, and even, some sword fighting. Did this shift in direction alienate some fans of the classic formula?
It's true that some purists, felt it strayed too far from the series' roots.
Right.
But Adventures also attracted a new audience who enjoyed the more story-driven, Zelda-like approach.
Sure.
And it's worth noting that the game expanded the lore of the Star Fox universe in significant ways, introducing new characters and storylines that have since become part of the series canon.
It's interesting how Star Fox managed to balance innovation with its core identity. Even when experimenting with new genres, there was always a sense of familiarity, like you were still piloting an Arwing through the Lylat System, even if you were spending more time on foot exploring ancient ruins.
That's a key observation. Star Fox has always been about evolution, but it's also about staying true to its roots. It's a delicate balance, and Nintendo has, for the most part, managed to pull it off.
Yeah, the series also embraced handheld gaming with Star Fox Command on the Nintendo DS. It was the first time players could experience Star Fox on the go, and it utilized the DS's touchscreen in clever ways for, strategic gameplay.
Star Fox Command was a testament to Nintendo's ability to adapt to new hardware and find creative ways to engage players. The touchscreen controls allowed for a more tactical approach to combat, with players like drawing flight paths and issuing commands to their wingmen.
And then we have Star Fox Zero on the Wii U, which attempted to revolutionize the controls, using the gamepad's gyroscope for aiming.
Star Fox Zero was perhaps the most divisive entry in the series. While some appreciated the precision and immersion that the motion controls offered, others found them frustrating and disorienting. It was a bold experiment that ultimately didn't resonate with everyone.
Yeah, it's fascinating how the control schemes for Star Fox have evolved over the years, from the simplicity of the Super Nintendo controller to the touchscreen of the DS and the motion controls of the Wii U.
Hey.
It's a testament to Nintendo's constant pursuit of innovation, even if not every experiment hits the mark perfectly.
Exactly. And let's not forget about Star Fox 2, the sequel that was fully developed for the Super Nintendo, but ultimately shelved for over 2 decades.
Star Fox 2.
Yeah. It was finally released on the Super NES Classic Edition, giving fans a glimpse into a lost chapter of Star Fox history.
Star Fox 2 is a fascinating case. It's almost like an alternate timeline for the series, with its own unique mechanics and storylines. It's a testament to the enduring appeal of Star Fox that even an unreleased game could generate so much excitement and intrigue.
Absolutely. And what's really remarkable is how much thought and detail went into the world building of the Star Fox universe. It's easy to overlook, given the fast-paced action and arcade-style gameplay, but there's a surprising amount of depth to the lore and the characters.
For example, the inspiration behind the series itself is quite intriguing. Did you know that Shigeru Miyamoto, the creator of Star Fox, drew inspiration from a shrine to the Japanese fox deity Inari Shikami?
No way.
He was fascinated by the way the shrine was accessed through a series of arches, and that imagery actually influenced the design of the game's levels.
Wow. It's those unexpected connections that make exploring a franchise like Star Fox so rewarding. There's a rich mythology beneath the surface waiting to be discovered, and the characters themselves are more than just, generic pilots. They have backstories, relationships, and motivations that add layers to the narrative.
It's like a space opera unfolding, with betrayals, rivalries, and shifting alliances. We see Fox McCloud grow from a rookie pilot into a seasoned leader, while characters like Falco and Slippy struggle with their own personal challenges and ambitions.
And let's not forget about the villains. Andross, with his menacing presence and tragic backstory, is one of the most memorable antagonists in gaming history. He's more than just a one-dimensional bad guy. He's a complex character driven by a twisted sense of justice.
And the Lylat System itself is a character in its own right.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a vibrant and diverse galaxy with rush planets like Corneria, fiery worlds like Venom, and everything in between.
Each planet has its own, unique ecosystem, culture, and history, making the Lylat System feel like a living, breathing world, ripe for exploration.
And it's amazing how Star Fox has managed to, expand beyond video games.
Oh, yeah.
And, inspire other forms of media. We're talking comics, manga, and even a canceled TV show. It's a testament to the franchise's lasting impact on pop culture.
It really speaks to the depth of the Star Fox universe. It's so rich with, compelling characters and storylines that just translate well to different mediums. Take the Nintendo Power comic strip from the 90s, for example. It offered such a unique take on the Star Fox team's adventures. It introduced new characters and expanded on the game's lore.
I remember those comics. It's wild to think Star Fox was already branching out into other media before the internet was even a thing.
It was a different time, but those comics were really popular. One of the most notable additions was Farrah Phoenix, a female Fox pilot who joined the Star Fox team. She even had a bit of a romantic spark with Fox, adding another layer to his character.
A space romance. I guess even intergalactic heroes need a little love in their lives. But it wasn't all about romance. The comics also delved deeper into the backstories of the main characters, giving us a glimpse into their lives before they became the legendary Star Fox team.
Right, we learn about Fox's childhood, Falco's rebellious past, and even Andross's rise to power. It, added depth and complexity to characters who could have easily been one-dimensional action heroes.
It's like the comics fleshed out the Star Fox universe, providing context and background that enriched the gaming experience. But the comics weren't the only foray into the world of printed storytelling. There's also a whole collection of Star Fox manga out there.
Yeah, the manga series explore various aspects of the Star Fox universe, some focusing on specific games like Star Fox 64, while others branch out with original storylines. For instance, Star Fox Farewell, Beloved Falco breaches the gap between Star Fox 64 and Star Fox Adventures. It explains Falco's actions in the latter.
That always bugged me. I could never figure out why Falco wasn't in Adventures. It's great that the manga provided an explanation and tied those two games together, like, narratively.
It's those little details and connections that make exploring a franchise's expanded universe so rewarding. It's like piecing together a puzzle, uncovering hidden gems and gaining a deeper appreciation for the creator's vision.
Speaking of uncovering hidden gems, we can't forget about the infamous canceled Star Fox TV show. I'm still curious about that.
Oh, yeah. The legendary claymation Star Fox series that almost was. Back in 2015, rumors circulated that Nintendo was collaborating with College Humor to bring Fox McCloud and his team to the small screen in a claymation format.
Claymation? That's such an unexpected choice. It would have been fascinating to see how they would have pulled that off. Imagine the detail and the character expressions.
It would have been a unique visual style for a video game adaptation, that's for sure. Unfortunately, the project was ultimately shelved, possibly due to concerns about overexposure after plans for a Legend of Zelda series were leaked online.
That's a shame. A claymation Star Fox show sounds like it could have been a cult classic. It's always intriguing to think about the what-ifs and the almost-wheres of a franchise's history.
It adds another layer to the narrative, doesn't it? It reminds us that even the most successful franchises have their share of setbacks and missed opportunities. But ultimately, it's the enduring legacy of Star Fox that matters.
From groundbreaking 3D graphics to memorable characters, a sprawling universe, and even ventures into comics, manga, and a canceled TV show, Star Fox has left an undeniable mark on gaming and pop culture. It's a franchise that continues to inspire and entertain generations of players.
What's fascinating is that Star Fox has managed to stay relevant while retaining its core identity. It's a testament to the creator's vision and their ability to evolve the series without losing sight of what made it special in the first place. And who knows what the future holds? A new game, a revived TV show, perhaps even a Star Fox movie on the big screen.
The possibilities are endless. But one thing's for sure, no matter what form it takes, Star Fox will continue to soar through the Lylat system, capturing our imaginations, and reminding us that sometimes all you need to do is do a barrel roll to overcome life's challenges.
Well said. Until next time, keep exploring the vast and ever-expanding universe of Star Fox.
Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.